Welcome to my first tournament of 2026, Relatable Tennis Community. We're here in Oeiras, Portugal. And no, we won't be playing on this clay court turned into lake behind me. I'm actually playing hard indoor, but if you remember, this is the same place where I played one of my craziest matches in my career, if we can call it that, against Maxime Cressy last year. I played here. The tournament was held on clay. They do a bunch of tournaments here in this place, so right now we're playing hard indoor because it's January, but back in, what was it, April or May, it was on outdoor on clay. So this isn't actually my first tournament of the year. This is the first tournament that I'll be showing you guys. My first tournament of the year was actually the first two tournaments of the year were held at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Manacor. And I'll just talk you through it right quickly. So first of all, I couldn't record my matches. There's a new rule to where players are allowed to record their own matches if the tournament isn't streamed, but only on a camera, and I use my phone, so I wasn't allowed to record any of my matches, so I couldn't show you. But yeah, let's just say they didn't go too well. That's why I'm talking you through them anyway and showing you bits of the academy as well, because those, you know, deserve to make it into the video. But the first tournament, I lost first round to a Russian junior player. To be fair, it was a very good player. We played at night. I couldn't really see very well the ball. That's a known fact of mine. So yeah, it didn't go too well, and I lost 6-4 in the third. It was my first match, not really great. So yeah. The second tournament, I did win a match against this local walker, and then I lost 7-5 in the third with 2 match points against this player from Cyprus. I already lost 2 before. Played it when I was injured 2 years ago, I think, or a year and a half ago. So yeah. And also, I broke my own record for the longest match in history in ITF, and this was hardcore indoor. So last year, if you remember, I told you in Slovenia I played on outdoor clay 3 hours and 54. Now I played indoor hard 3 hours and 55 somehow. So don't come tell me the balls aren't getting any slower because it's insane. 3 hours and 55 in 3 sets for a hardcore indoor match, and it's starting to rain. So let me just go somewhere else. This is pretty sick. You don't get this in ITF tournaments. Even in challengers, not a event to yourself usually, but still, it'd be nice. You get this every hour to the club and to the hotel. So this is the room. Nothing big really, but I mean, it'll do for a couple days, hopefully more. But yeah, this is the little view from the window. Some sort of parking lot and AC, so not amazing. Last time the hotel was much better. If you saw that video where I played Cressy, I'll link it down below in the description. But much nicer hotel, but you know, we're here to play tennis. Right, back at the hotel now. Bob Marley in the back, as you can see. But yeah, as I was saying, it wasn't a great 2 weeks, but the last match was kind of a good test to see my fitness, which was there. I also had match points, and yeah, again, it was a really long match. There were a few guys cheering me. I don't know your names, but if you're watching this, thank you so much. That really helped. Especially when I was down 3 match points in the second set, and I managed to win that tiebreaker. Now we're here, it's a different week, so anything can happen. It's not, you know, my results last week don't really influence how I'm gonna play this week necessarily, so hopefully it's gonna be better. By all means, I think the more I play matches, the more I'll get used to playing points again and the rhythm, and I'll do better and better. So yeah, I'm excited for this week. All right, so I'm heading to the supermarket to buy a few things I need, and the draw just came out, and we have a fun rematch. I am playing the German player Rosenkranz that I won against this summer, or last summer, by default when he showered in between sets. You might have seen that video or read the news, because to be honest, it went kind of viral. So yeah, at least, you know, I know how he plays. He's a very good player. He's lefty. He's ranked 320. He's probably a bit better indoor. We're playing indoor, so that kind of suits him a little bit more than me. But you know, I think we're talking marginal differences. I think to win, I need to win. I need to play a really good match, regardless. I had set points last time, but I ended up losing the set 7-5 before, of course, I won by default. So yeah. All right, groceries secured. Fun to be back in action, and you know, when you play these challenger tournaments as a player, I think it's a little more, how can I say? I don't know, it gets you going a little bit more than playing an ITF tournament. You know, you're a little more excited. It looks like nicer, it's more professional, better conditions. That helps you get into like a better mindset. So yeah, I'm excited, and I have the whole day tomorrow to prepare, and yeah, let's hope it goes well. So if you remember, a couple months ago, or actually a year ago, sorry, we played here on clay outdoor. Clearly rainy season now because they're all destroyed, but yeah, today we're here, but we're playing hardcourt indoor, so same venue but completely different conditions, so we'll see how it is. This was center court as well. Last time I never got to play here, so maybe this year if I come back again. This time, however, as I said, we will be playing on hardcourt indoor, despite it being the same venue, so it's as if I was playing somewhere completely new. After a couple hours from my on-court warm-up and lunch, I was about to step on court again. So I got ready in the gym with a re-warm-up, ranging from mobility, more dynamic exercises, as well as arm and a few explosive sets. So I knew this match was going to be tough. The main strategy was to try and move him side to side as much as possible. His strength is obviously his serve, and from the back, when in good position, he can do damage. But on the run, he can't really hurt that much. It was essential to try and get a good start here, since breaking him could be very difficult, especially here on hardcourt indoor. Pushed him out wide there, as you can see, but a bit too soft on the approach, and I get past. My serve was going to have to do its part as well, because last two tournaments in Monaco I had struggles doing damage and winning points from the back, so hopefully it was going to help me out today. I managed to win 3 points in a row after being down off third. A bit too passive this rally, and we get to deuce. Not the best drop shot, and that backhand was out in my mind, but doesn't get called. Good 1-2 here to say the first break point of the match. But another miss, followed by a big serve. I do get another game point to take the lead shortly after. And I have a backhand pass to convert it, but I failed to do so. This time a good point one at the net. But lucky by him there with the net struck. Eventually I do lose that first game, and the best chance I have of breaking back is probably this very next game. I get 15-30 up, and I'm scrambling in defense trying to make the most of it. He misses the smash, giving me 2 break points. Good 1-2 there. And you have to be ready for him to just hit a few aces or not let you play even. And I already took that into consideration. I knew it from last time we played, that chances built and earned could get taken away super quickly that way. But there wasn't much I could do. I have another chance to break him here though. And this time I get into the rally. Bit of resilience there and earned that mistake in the end. All square then, looking to get the first ball of the match. You know, as a tennis player, you gotta know the best chance of breaking back someone is the opening game, or the player's first service game. So if you get broken like I did there, you have to be sharp focused and give 110% to take back that break, because there's a good chance it's the best opportunity you have to do so. Now at 30-15 I'm trying to move him and get him to be uncomfortable this round. A bit of a weird volley does it. Definitely late on this one here, but another chance at 40-30. And even worse for him. And this has been a bit of the theme the past 2 weeks. My forehand hasn't been coming out on my strings as usual. I don't hit it hard enough and it doesn't hurt as much, which could be a problem on hardcourt indoor. I do end up holding though, and you know, despite the forehand not being effective in my mind, it's the start of season. Not everything has fallen into place yet, and I was also playing a very good opponent. One of the skills I've learned and developed in college actually is to do whatever it takes to win and always give yourself the best possible chance. What I mean by that is sometimes we get too caught up and worried about how we're playing or how we're not feeling a shot that it blocks us from being able to give our best on a given day. For example, the forehand isn't working, but if you just keep worrying about it not working and try to fix it or change it constantly, meanwhile it might be a set and a breakdown. But if I accept it and start running, making every ball on the court and seeing what happens, I might just have a chance to win the match. Adjustments can be difficult to make sometimes if you think too much about technique or try to actually feel the shot. Good couple of overheads here lead me to 2 game points. And the first one is enough. Quite confused as I thought the serve was out, but I guess not. And the next point at 40-15, the bounce on the second serve was insane. 3-all, and now we're in the hardest match. So far, serve has been important for both and has kind of determined how the game went. You know, with a good serve to the tee like here, I could get a high ball in the middle of the court and take control of the point. But with a soft second serve like here, he would hit a winner. I managed to hold on to the list, and now with new balls he's serving at 4-3. Easy mistake there, but now at this point I'm in big trouble, as my lob on the run hits the ceiling. Just wide there, unfortunately. Could have been a good chance. And now this next point, nothing I can do. Now I got to serve with fairly new balls, so I tried straight away to move him because off balance he was more likely to lose control and miss, with new balls especially. Pretty bad drop shot here, but I have a chance to make amends, and this lob lands on the baseline. A good 1-2 at 30 love, but that ends up not being enough as he passes me. Luckily a miss at 30-15 has me feel better. Great movement and a couple of combos here as I take home the game. Even with his great serve and starting well this game, there was still some pressure having to serve to stay in the set. And a superficial miss gives me the lead in the game. Tricky return that might have been going out and somehow misses the ball. So suddenly I have 2 set points. And the first one is enough, 6-4. Hasn't been an overly exciting set, I would say, pretty balanced despite some chances here and there. So happy to take that one and start in the lead. Unfortunately, he did not shower after the first set this time, so I'll have to win the second set as well to win the match. And it's pretty common for me to get broken the opening game on the second set, so I needed to make sure that doesn't happen, but I'm already down 30-15. He misses that, and at 30-all misses the return as well. We get the deuce though. And there's a break point conceded. Can I come up with some proper aggressive tennis to save myself? Very weird couple of shots in a row, and luckily a second forehand doesn't make it past the net. Now a chance to close the game. Get the miss in the end, and as you can see, visibly pumped and relieved because that was a really important game. Now it's definitely a little bit more calm, not as tensed up like that first game. But yeah, not really a chance to win this game. So in no time it's 1-all and it's back to business. Quick 30-love lead this game though, looking to take care of it. I end up defending this point though, and miss the lob in the end. Now crucial I don't lose this point here because at 30-all things can get shaky, but once again a bit passive and forced to defend. Thankfully he missed the volley. We get the deuce and once again my forehand seems to be off. Just slow in the net, doesn't really happen too often, so I have to defend break point. Another miss. Finally a game point here, and I've been fighting for my life a lot of service games already this match. Not a great start. For a line here, and he does miss in the end. At this point he called medical timeout for an apparent shoulder issue. I haven't really noticed anything up until that point, so not sure if it was genuine or just to break rhythm. Either way, I tried keeping the focus on myself. And I take that first point. Yeah, against these kind of players below 500 ATP, I would say, you can't really get away with leaving the ball that short. You needed to do something more. Once again on the reach here as he puts his volley to the other side. But I get to it and have a pass. I miss it and complain because I thought the serve was out of this turn. 30-15 and a deep return. There's a good chance to do damage with the forehand, but I send it into space. And at 40-15, a missed return. I start off well with an ace. Good 1-2 here, but not fully convinced as he punishes me with a down the line banana shot. I put things back in order with an ace though. And another one, great hold. It's crucial that when I got in the rally like I do here, I absolutely did not miss and put extra focus on these points, because other times he could just win an easy point off the serve. And so far that sometimes resulted into being too passive and losing the point because of that, but in this case still better than a free mistake in my mind. And also I felt like I was mentally sharper and more present in the fade, so I was counting on him to make some extra mistakes in those instances. Too good from him there though. There's a point I can collect for free for him. And a great return that lands right on the baseline gives me the break point. The usual wide serve and volley. And this time I have a pass, but God, I wish sometimes I took more risk on it. Now it's advantage him. Rare volley miss out of his play. I wish he missed it on breakpoint though. But here we go, another volley miss. Breakpoint once again. This serve pushes me out even more than the previous one. Can I get there? I can make the pass again. Yeah, he was alternating big points to fairly easy mistakes, but I couldn't quite capitalize. Here he hits the second serve, which I mean was absolutely insane. And then ace wide. You might wonder why I don't just cover the wide serve all the time, but he can also hit the T serve really well. And a few times when I moved too early, he hit to the other side, so the only chance was either to guess or wait to the very last second. 30 love up here, it could be tricky to hold now, after that really tough return game. I close the net hard and hit this kamikaze volley winner. And a return miss at 40 love. Now I wanted this to be another hard fought game, where I could build some chances. Their underarm serve fails, and we play off the second serve, which honestly helped a lot to get in the round. But yeah, gifted that opportunity. And the big 1-2 here, followed by an ace. I managed to take the next 2 points though, so it's deuce. Huge serve, but I stretch on the return and make it back. Good composure there. And there's the ace T as I was going wide. You can imagine how frustrating it is to play this guy. He rushes the forehand and misses though. Chance of the second serve here at deuce, and the miss. There's the wide serve again, and the hit was good, it was going to be at his feet, but it stops at the net. Yeah, well, another game full of chances gone. Honestly, not so much I can take blame for or be upset, but still to have those chances and not take any of them was started to be pretty frustrating and annoying. Especially this game where I could serve for the match after, potentially. And now you can start to see that I was still thinking about the previous games. A better point played here, but still my forehands are landing short with not a lot of pace. Luckily he misses. Big serve. Now huge point at 30-0. Massive to take that as well. Inside in back and setting him up for the winner. Can you believe it? Good digging here. In this game, not a lot of first serve. That's why I was also struggling. He hits his forehand out, but it doesn't get called, and on top of that he hits his forehand winner after, and I start to lose my patience a little bit. Once again, second serve here at deuce. Modest return, but the forehand decides to fail me again. This ball even more out than the one before. Insane how it's always that one call in the most important moment of the match. They never make mistakes. It's like 2-1. This was a call that could change the course of the match, but somehow insanely the line judge and the referee didn't see it. And obviously there's no chance I could win the first 2 points of the next game. I do pull myself together a little bit at 30 love and get in this rally where I make him miss. Just for him to win the next point with his usual play. I really couldn't find a solution to neutralize that. You know, I might get angry sometimes, but for sure I wouldn't tank or give up. So this game was still not done yet and was up for grabs, if I could stack a couple of good points in a row. Hits basically 2 first serves, but I'm ready. And he pushes it wide with the forehand. Perfect 1-2 there though. Good effort there, but rushed a little bit that second pass, and here we are, once at all. Well, what can I say? When I was the closest to breaking him, I got broken and lost the set. Kind of opposite of what happened in the first set, but tennis is weird that way. And also that call was quite influential, unfortunately, and I hate that it had to be a deciding factor in that game where I got broken. But now I tried to reset the best way I could and close this first game with an 8. But returning was no easy task, especially returning and being at least neutral in the rally. You can see kind of like my forehand going upwards and fairly high over the net. I don't know why, that's not really how I hit it. If you watch my older videos you know, but I'm struggling to hit it straight and flat. This one at least has some pace to it, but I feel like compared to the matches I played last year, I win points much more on errors and pickups and stuff like that. I haven't quite expressed that aggressive playing style yet that has really become my identity over the years. And now forced to save breakpoint here. Lucky there that he breaks the strings, giving me that point. A couple of first serves almost get me out of the mess, and I say almost because I missed the forehand here. Tough rally now there, and for once I actually felt more confidence in the consistency of my backhand, which says a lot about my self-esteem. And I'm able to come forward, but that just took it past. Once again breakpoint, and once again I get in the backhand rally before he changes and goes down the line. I managed to catch him off guard. Now the 2 first serves actually get me out of this mess. Pretty usual first 2 points for him there. I really tried everything on that wide serve. Hit cross, hit down the line, high, low, slice, hard, soft. I've tried all that there is to the best of my ability in this match, but I could never find the winning one. I mean, he's missed a few volleys, but they were all unforced. I don't think I made him miss any myself on the wide serve returns. Great point here to start the next game. A bit better pace from me this rally, but if you pay attention you can see I'm not hitting any shot past the service line, which pretty much means poor quality. 30-15, and I need to absolutely win the point if I don't want another roller coaster game like before. Decent point here, I guess, as he misses the pass. Now that's more like it in terms of point construction. Will it finally be the time that I can break him? I take that first point. Missed chance here this second serve. Really good chance to play the point. Not good enough. This pass again on my strings. I have to do better on that. Because then there's points like these where I have no chance of winning it. 3-all. That's where it can start getting a little messy, because if you get broken, you won't have a lot of chances to break back. He plays insane this point, really raising his level. Couldn't believe this ball bounced on the line. I mean, no chance. Come on, how lucky is that? And yeah, a bit of frustration here. The first serve not going in. Forced to play with the second serve. And another ball that somehow lands on the line and even speeds up after the bounce. But look at that, a double fault. After more than 2 hours of serving a lot of first serves and second serves, finally a double fault. But he cancels that out quickly. Now I could give it all this point. One of the few chances on a serve where we could rally. Yeah, that did not quite happen there, and I can only hold on to my own service game. $30-15 up, and the first serves are coming in, but not enough angle on this approach, and I do get passed, unfortunately. So 30-all. The first game point arrives. The best chance I have at this stage is to win this and let him serve it out or try to. So full focus on this very point. Missing the net though, and it's not looking good. Deuce now. I'm literally pushing the ball. That's literally what I'm doing. Quite a shame. And of course I get punished for it. And naturally it ends with the shankometer that was missing, you know. Very bitter for the chances I had and how I felt the match was turning. But honestly, aside from this very poor last game, I did all that was in my power to try and win this. My best tennis was not there today. My form was going slow, often out and not doing damage, but nonetheless I really did all I could. Unfortunately, against such good players it won't cut it. A bit unlucky as well, but that was out of my control. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this first video of the year, guys. It wasn't a win, but I hope that at least it was entertaining and you maybe learned a thing or two about tennis. This is only the first video, lots more coming. See you next time.